Everybody, a little inside scoop. Whenever he's called to set, they're like, "Oh, Mr. Tennant, we're ready for you." He gets up and he runs full speed. And you're like, "Oh, what's he doing? Is he like, you sit around a lot, maybe is he just trying to get some exercise?" No, he's just that excited.
All right, let's have some questions in the back.
Thank you so much for coming.
Where are you? Wave your hand. I can't see. Oh, hi! Way back there.
Thank you so much for coming to Portland. I know it means a lot to me, and I'm sure it means a lot to everybody else here.
I love Portland.
So my question is, since the Marvel Cinematic Universe is all starting to come together in one big event, Infinity War, I was wondering what your interest is of having Jessica and the rest of the Defenders join everybody in Infinity War, or would you prefer to stay closer to Hell's Kitchen?
That's a good question, because I love Jessica, and I'd love any opportunity to play her. Obviously, it'd be really exciting to be a part of like those giant, huge movies with those great characters that are already established. So it would be awesome. But I'm also really lucky because our Netflix playground is so unique and so grounded and so gritty and more adult. I don't think it's quite R-rated, but it's close. There's some sex scenes. So a little bit of both. Like, it'd be awesome if I get to pop up somewhere else, and there's always the chance that could happen. I don't really know, they don't tell me anything. But I also am totally stoked about the playground on Netflix.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You got it.
Hi.
Hi.
Which Avenger would you date and why? Team Captain America or Team Iron Man?
I gotta go Iron Man.
I mean, come on.
Yeah. I feel like Tony Stark and Jessica Jones could get into some trouble together.
Yeah, they're
A lot of sarcasm in that room.
Yeah, a lot of sarcasm. Which Avengers would I date? Could I just pick Luke Cage? Because that's easy and that's safe and that won't get me in any trouble.
Okay, over here.
All right. If you had the chance to play any other female superhero, Marvel, DC, like either one, which would you choose?
I would pick Jessica Jones just because I love her. I love how sassy she is. I love that she speaks her mind. I love her. I love that she wears a badass leather jacket and boots. I'm Jessica Jones all the way.
I'll take it. Over here.
Thank you. I'm a huge fan of this show. Will Jessica Jones appear into the Luke Cage series?
I don't know, but also, I'm not allowed to answer questions like that.
Yeah, no, you're not. Not allowed. Maybe is the answer.
Maybe, I don't know.
Do you have another question?
No, that was it.
Okay.
Sorry.
Over here.
Hi.
Hi.
I just wanted to start off by thanking you for portraying Jessica as a deeply flawed and imperfect character in a way that felt really real and honest, and showing that recovery from trauma isn't usually sunshine and roses. And I was wondering what that storyline was like for you to play.
Thank you. It's a great question and a high compliment, so I appreciate that. What I loved about this kind of work was when we meet Jessica on screen, she is informed by so much backstory. So as an actor, getting to do all that work and do all that digging and really create that life, that's kind of what you hope to be able to do as an actor. So I worked really hard on it, and I really just wanted to do a good job and do it justice. I've never worked harder on anything in my entire life. So I wanted to portray it with honesty and integrity. It was awesome. It was a really creative, amazing challenge. By the end, I was definitely ready to take a little vacation and laugh and be goofy. I'm much more, I have a zest for life, maybe that Jessica doesn't have. So I had to suppress a lot of my natural instincts, to play Jessica. Also, she's way cooler than I am. So yeah, it was a challenge, but it was awesome, and you know, you rise to the occasion.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
In the purple.
Hi.
Hi.
I love Jessica Jones. It's a really good show.
Thank you.
Did you ever have like, usually on some studios, there's usually like some inside jokes, some like long-running gag reel or something. Was there any of that on the set?
Well, after I started this thing, you know, early on, every time I would like do a good job, I would say, nailed it, after every take, pretty much. So, you know, it's a lot of actors, you know, sometimes are like, oh, was I okay? How was that? Should we go again? Not me. I do something and I'm like, nailed it. So that became a thing on set and everybody would say it. And when we were finishing and wrapping up the series, they even wrote on the call sheet, nailed it. Everybody, yeah, it was adopted.
At the premiere in New York, like as soon as the credits were over, everyone was shouting, nailed it, nailed it.
Yeah.
Did that answer your question?
Thank you.
Over here in the red.
Hi, Krysten. I just finished watching Jessica Jones last night, and it's awesome.
Thank you.
Binge watched it. I have a question. What was it like playing an alcoholic? Did you do any research on that?
You know, I think the key to playing a good drunk on TV, and I've seen people do like not a very good job, you have to try to act like you're not drunk. That's part of the thing. So it's just about finding that balance, but also Jessica, frustratingly, has to drink so much alcohol in order to get drunk. So she is the opposite of a cheap date, you know? But I was never actually drinking whiskey. We figured out that if you would steep peppermint tea bags for a really long time and then let it cool, like that was actually what I was drinking, was peppermint tea.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Over here.
Hey, thanks for coming out to Portland. Love Jessica Jones. It's amazing. Your work is great.
Thank you.
I'm sure you're going to get a lot of focus on it too this weekend, so I was hoping to maybe break the mold and ask about something older. You as Jane in Breaking Bad. There's a specific scene where you have to act like you were dying.
Yeah.
And I was wondering what that took out of you and how that has affected your work and how that was just as an actress.
Yeah, totally. Well, Breaking Bad is the best show ever made, and I'm so lucky to have been a part of it. It's one of those things that people also keep finding. It's like the gift that keeps on giving. When we were leading up to that scene, I was just excited to like have a cool death scene and wear like death makeup, and they put like this like lividity on me and made me all paler than I am. So I was really excited about that, and kind of the crew and hair and makeup girls were like, oh, this is gonna be so sad, it's gonna be so sad, and that never really crossed my mind until we shot it, and I was laying there dead, you know, and Aaron Paul's trying to revive me, and I'm like, holy crap, this is like what it would be like to be dead. So it was pretty intense. It was intense. And I'm a sensitive person, so if I'm with somebody and they start to cry, I'll feel affected by that. So I think the biggest challenge was playing dead.
Yeah, I remember you called me after and you were like, that was really, I didn't realize how intense it was going to be.
Yeah, I had no idea. I did, when I did the choking scene, I really went for it. And just like really choked. And I remember like spitting my Lanta, whatever it was, like into Aaron Paul's ear. It was so gross.
I'm sure he loved it.
Yeah, he's down. He didn't really care.
Thank you.
Yeah, thanks.
Why we're switching it up? Don't trust the bee. Any don't trust the bee fans?
Yeah. Arigato, hey!
To talk a little bit about like the difference of playing a character like Jessica and a character like Chloe.
Yeah, so Chloe, I definitely like feel like Chloe started to influence me. I remember my boyfriend at the time said something. I don't know what I was talking about. He was like, oh, that sounds like something the bitch would say. So I was like, oh. And then I like had in my head that I should like drive a convertible and listen to gangster rap on the way to work. I don't drive a convertible, I drive a Prius. But I had a great time playing that character. She was larger than life and fabulous and so funny, and it really raised the bar for me in terms of how great the character needed to be. And so I waited a long time, almost 3 years, to find Jessica Jones. Something that was equally epic in a tour de force part, but had to be so different, and Jessica couldn't be more different.
Do you think we'll see Chloe again?
I would love to see Chloe again.
Me too.
Yes.
Anyone else want to see Chloe again?
Fingers crossed.
Let's all tweet about it. All right, let's go to another question over there.
Well, that was an amazing segue because I was going to ask, do you think, how do you think Jessica and Chloe would fare if they had to, duke it out, or do you think they'd just go party together?
Well, they'd probably just drink a lot, right? Both of them are heavy drinkers. Yeah, but one drinks for fun and one drinks for like other reasons. You know what I mean? It's like the sad kind.
I did just want to say also, kind of with the older stuff, not Jessica Jones, but the show Gravity. I was one of the people who watched it. I don't know if
I think you're the only one.
Yeah. But similar kind of dark themes and like satirical and kind of a taking a dark humor on some pretty serious issues. So I thought that was great. Y'all should go watch it.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Over here.
I guess I have the worst timing in the world because I was going to ask you both about Jane and Chloe, and that's already been covered.
That's okay.
Which was more fun or like rewarding to play?
I mean, okay, when we're talking about Jane and Chloe and Jessica Jones, I've got such great parts, I'm so lucky that 3 like really great, iconic parts that are all different from each other, so they're all awesome. I had the most fun playing Chloe because it's so ridiculous and over the top and you're just laughing all day.
Yeah, I could really tell the nuance you brought to the role. Like you could have just played it slapsticky, but
yeah, I had fun. I was always like, I would be at home like coming up with like weird things that I could do. Like I remember there's a scene where I'm like slapping the television. I don't know if you, I barely even remember it, but I was like doing that at home, like just practicing weird things to do. The weirder, the better.
Right. Oh, thank you.
Thank you.
Over here.
Hi. So I absolutely love Don't Trust the Bee and Jessica Jones.
Thank you.
And I was wondering if you could talk a little bit about the differences between working on this like happy network sitcom versus a Netflix drama.
Yeah, so that's the difference. When you're on a happy sitcom, you're like laughing all day and the energy's really high and it's a little brighter. And then, a dark, gritty drama like that, you're shooting in like filthy warehouses where they're like, don't go past that line because it's toxic and it'll kill you. You're like, okay, cool. And there's like people getting decapitated. There's a lot of blood. Normally you would call your hair and makeup girls like your glam squad. On Jessica Jones, we called them like my blood squad or my mud squad because I was always filthy. But I gotta say, like, it was very refreshing for me to not have to look pretty. I loved just wearing the same jeans the whole season. Boots, kind of like, just dirty, no lipstick, that kind of thing. It was awesome.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Over here.
So I was really curious because Jessica Jones is such an empowering, amazing TV show, but it is grisly. There are scenes that are really hard to watch, and all of the actors seem like super charismatic people. So what was it like to film these really grisly death scenes?
Yeah, so we just kind of like went for it. There's some people that like play more pranks than others, like Clark Peters, definitely. He had a grisly death scene, but he's still like showing up to scenes with like brownies across his teeth to make you laugh. So we found some levity. I'm kind of fun on set. So that breaks it up, yeah.
Awesome, thanks.
Thanks.